Hi everybody again, Bill from Acre Bees, Western Massachusetts. I just wanted to go through wrapping your hives. I have done different ways and they have all worked fine. I just, when I can and when I can afford it, I like to just try maybe different ways or better ways, I guess. I can't really see any of them being any better, but for demonstration purposes, I know I'm just using a shim here, but let's pretend that this is your bottom deep box, your brood chamber, and then on top of here we have a top box and maybe even a super on top of that here too. What I started actually using was this 1-inch foam board. You can get it at Home Depot or Lowe's, and what I did is I measured your length in the front and the sides of your Langstroth hives, and you can actually do this with any hive that you have, but you measure it first. And basically what I did is I cut them down, and I actually cut sections, each section. So I had the front section and then the side section over here, and basically you can just take this here and put this around and then wrap it around this side like this, so that you are actually wrapping your hives all the way around in a circle all the way up to the top. Entrance reducers are pretty much a must. One, they keep the mice out. They leave a little tiny 1-inch hole in the bottom to allow some air to get in if you don't have a screen bottom board. And then you also got to leave your top entrance open. So if you bring this all the way to just the bottom side of your top cover, then you can just cut a little notch in it so they can get in, and so they can get in and out of the bottom too, and also allows ventilation. We'll talk about ventilation here in a minute. What I am trying this year is called a Bee Cozy. I'm not sure where I got these. I don't know if I got them through Amazon or if I got them through Better Bee or Man Lake, one of those 3 places here. But just gonna show you a picture of it. It's called Bee Cozy. It's for a 10 frame. I'm sorry, Langstroth. I know I'm rushing here. I just don't want to bore you guys to death. But this is for 2-story. You can get them for 3, I guess, 2. But this will cover up both of your deep boxes for the winter time. And I'm going to put you down just for a minute here, and I'll show you. Well, let's see if we can try to do it this way. You basically would, all you do is just take your top cover off, and you put this around your hives bodies, and you just slide it down. Okay, so basically this is what it's going to look like in here. And don't wrap it with tape super tight at all. Just let them set right the way they are. You can tack them on the top if you're afraid of them sliding down or blocking an entrance. And like I said, make sure right here in the front that you have a space right here in the front. You can actually fold this over and fold it around if you wanted to, and fold it all the way around. And same thing with the bottom. But you can you can fold this down a little bit in the front just to keep your top entrance open like that. And that's how it is. You got a little bit of an air barrier right in here and all the way around to trap warmth inside of there while keeping the wind and everything out of it. So what is our goal in doing this? You can also use regular R12 building wrap insulation. You can wrap them around your hives all the way around, and then just use duct tape to tape them up against the hives. It's fiberglass. Don't worry about it getting wet. Actually, if it does get wet and it does freeze, that's actually more insulation that you have, believe it or not. So those are 3 things that you can use to wrap your hives here in the northern part of the country. And I want to go over the ventilation issue a little bit. Basically, we're not trying to thoroughly insulate our hives. We're trying to keep the wind off of these hives. Bees do not heat their hives up during the winter. That is not their purpose. They only heat their cluster. What comes off of their colony cluster is warmth and whatnot, and that warmth and that moisture ventilates out of your top entrance. So we're going to dig into in the next video as to what ventilation does, and believe me, it's coming from a lot of experience in ventilation from a different area of life that I spent quite a few years in. So any questions, hit me up on Gab, hit anybody up for any other ideas. And when you basically you want to keep the wind off of your hives. That's why we do this type of stuff. Large apiaries around here in the Northeast, they don't cover their hives, but they do lose a lot of bees. I and you cannot afford to lose, tons of bees from freezing. So we try to keep them as warm and cozy as we can. We put a lot of work into them. We put a lot of sugar into them. We put a lot of feed into them. We've given them a good year, even though their lifespans are only 40-45 days. But we want to keep those queens alive, and we want to keep our bees that are born this month going for the whole winter. They'll be our bees for next spring. And they're the ones that we're going to say goodbye to here in a week or two, and they're the ones that we're going to say hello to first thing in the spring, and they're going to start the whole process all over again. So we're going to dig into ventilation here in a second, but I just wanted to show you some wrapping ideas that you can do for your colonies. So have a good day, everybody.